Hey, before we get into it, Melbourne in March, the comedy festival starts next month. Get your tickets. That's only a couple of weeks away. The shows are selling fast. Sydney in May, Brisbane in May. Brisbane, we just sold out one of the shows. We've added a second show. Adelaide is filling up really quick, and we've got a bunch more dates coming. losebeers.com to get tickets to those dates or to put your city into the gig list, and I will email you when I am on the way. losebeers.com, get your tickets. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys.
I was whispering into the mic. Just restart that.
Why do we have him here? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 377 of the Spearhead Sundays podcast. I'm your host, Lewis Spears. Unfortunately, Keelan is here with us.
I'm back.
Take this seriously, would you? This is a very serious show. We're here to talk about the news. All right? Have you heard the news about Diddy?
Diddy? No.
You haven't? Like, it's big news.
Last I heard, he had all that baby oil.
Baby oil in his basement. He's been arrested and charged with sex trafficking and numerous heinous things. Like, the way people talk about this guy, it sounds like he's the worst guy ever. If you gave Joseph Fritzl $1 billion and a basement full of baby oil instead of imprisoned relatives, you've got Diddy. Now, Diddy is so bad that his trial is like kind of about to begin. So they're in the pre-planning stages. And his lawyer just quit. His defense lawyer. His own lawyer. Now, this is pretty unheard of. The lawyer actually has to ask permission from the judge to be dismissed from this case. Because obviously everyone's entitled to legal representation, even people who may have definitely done that shit. Everyone's entitled to legal representation. And it's pretty difficult for a lawyer to quit a case. But here's what he said. Under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs. Consistent with the ABA standards for criminal justice, Rico wrote in documents. So it sounds like he's just read something that Diddy's allegedly done or had one conversation with the guy and he's gone, dude, I can't defend this monster. There's no fucking way I can have this on my conscience. That's either he's definitely going to lose or just morally he just objects to the idea of defending Diddy. And this is hilarious because you know who his previous client is, this lawyer? This is true. Osama bin Laden.
What?
There was some case about 9/11 where that this guy was involved with and he was on the defense side. So this guy has been like, look, the guy that did 9/11, pretty bad guy, but I'll take his money. Diddy, that's a step too far. So Diddy is worse than Osama bin Laden, according to the guy that defended both of them in court. Lawyer Anthony Rico speaks to the media regarding Diddy's case as he exits Manhattan Federal Court. While I'm aware that the local rule requires that an application for withdrawal of counsel is supported and granted only upon showing by affidavit or otherwise of satisfactory reasons for withdrawal. And he's basically come in and said, I can't say why I need to withdraw because of it violates client-attorney privilege, but trust me, I need to get out of this situation. So I don't know what the fuck he read. Or like, I imagine the police just slammed down some videotapes on the desk and were like, we're going to use this. You reckon you want to defend him? And he was like, I think I got to leave. Combs was accused of throwing wild sex parties called freak-offs and charged with racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution so far. More charges pending. And now what Diddy's team is doing is they're actually suing people that are releasing documentaries about it. Because this is like the big hustle. With all these streaming services out there, every time there's a hot news piece, they're scrambling to create the documentary of the season. Luigi Mangioni's already had 35,000 documentaries released about him. As soon as that insurance CEO hit the pavement, there was a documentary coming out. Luigi shot him once, and the first episode of a limited series on HBO dropped before he had even shot him a second time. The CEO hit the pavement, turned around to look at the guy that was killing him, and behind him, a digital billboard switched to coming soon on HBO. The Mangione Story. Yahoo! Sponsored by Nintendo. While Combs prepares his defense, he also recently flipped on the offensive, filing a $100 million defamation lawsuit against NBC Universal and the production company Ample. Who is that? For the alleged lies aired in their Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy documentary. And here's what their legal team says. It maliciously and baselessly jumps to the conclusion that Mr. Combs is a monster. Guy who defends Osama bin Laden leaves his defense case. I'm not a monster. That's defamation. And an embodiment of Lucifer.
God.
I've never heard a man described in more evil ways than Diddy. Epstein is treated nicer. A monster, an embodiment of Lucifer with a lot of similarities to Jeffrey Epstein. But not too many similarities. The differences mainly are that Diddy was worse. It's what everyone seems to be saying. So yeah, that's I would imagine that the lawsuit that Diddy's team is filing, the reason why they're filing it so quick is they have to win it before Diddy's case ends, because he's definitely getting a guilty. We all know that. His own defense lawyer knows that. But if he can finish the defamation case, technically he's an innocent man. If the defamation case finishes before the criminal case, innocent until proven guilty, so he could maybe win. You can't really release a documentary and then get sued for it and then go, oh, can we wait for our trial until the other trial is finished? So maybe, I would imagine, I mean, that's why he's asking for $100 million as well, because that's probably going to be the only way that this guy can afford to pay his massive legal team. I feel like this is what I said when he first got charged, that the lawyers involved with him are just doing it for the bag. So maybe that's what this lawyer's done. He's signed up. He's probably been paid an unbelievable amount already. And he's gone, all right, that's enough. I'm out. He saw one screenshot too many and he was like, you know what? I'm sick of scrolling through hard drives of the most heinous footage of Alicia Keys you've ever seen. I don't know if she was there. I'm just assuming. Can you Google that? Fact check me. Was Alicia Keys at Diddy's freak-off parties? Just said a random name that came to mind. But it seems like everybody was there.
Not that I can see, no.
Right. Well, you know, sometimes we like to throw out a little wild card. And we don't always hit the target, but that's okay. Alicia Keys, I would like to apologize. I don't
They're
think
friends though.
Okay, has she ever attended a white party?
Probably.
All right. Well, Alicia
Allegedly.
Keys, you're back on notice. Watch out. This case is going to go on for years. I think it's going to go on for years and years and years. Bad boys for life. I wonder what will happen. I wonder. There must be right now, like, prosecutors and defense attorneys seeing footage of celebrities that is just making them go, fuck, that guy? You know what I would do? Here's how you figure out who's in the freak-off party, right? What you want to do is you need to befriend a prosecutor or a defense attorney, right? Either one, doesn't matter. Now, obviously, they're probably not going to tell you anything about the case. If they're good at their job, which I imagine all of them are, they're not going to share with you any details. But if you want to know who was on those freak-off parties, all you have to do is have a look at their Spotify library. And whatever they've been playing on the way home from the courthouse, that's who they've been watching Diddy fuck on camera. Because I would do that too, you know? Absolutely. I'd be like, oh, Eminem. I love Eminem. I'm going to chuck him on the way home. Like, I would just be that guy. How was work, honey? Who did you see on tape? I don't know, man, but have you heard Lose It? It's pretty good. Speaking of musicians Lose It, Kanye West has returned to X and has just full-blown just embrace Embrace the Nazi. Kanye West really wasn't lying when he said he was a black skinhead on that song. In hindsight, the signs were there. You know? I don't think I've ever in my life seen so many swastikas posted by one man. And I grew up on 4chan. So there was a lot of swazies being posted. Kanye West has released t-shirts with swastikas on them and then gotten his store banned from Shopify, right? But he's since come back. Shopify gave him his store back for some reason, thinking that he wouldn't just immediately do that shit again. And now he's actually releasing, because I was thinking, we talked about this beforehand, about how I thought he was really dumb for doing all of this stuff and not building systems that protected his ability to do business at all, right? Because that's what actual, actual like Nazi people do. They build their own infrastructure. Kanye West is just seemingly a nitrous-addled idiot who has this fucking idea in his brain which keeps telling him, you have to be able to say anything that you want. And that's the best faith interpretation. The worst faith interpretation, probably true, is that the guy's a bit of a Nazi, right? Doesn't like the juice. And I'm not talking about the NFL player. But anyway, I was thinking, where does Kanye go from here to make money? Because I assume he doesn't own most of his music, so he'd be making some royalties, but it wouldn't be like crazy money. It's not enough money to support like $1 billion empire that he's trying to build. So of course, where does he go? Cryptocurrency. And he's jumped on Twitter, and this is happening right now as we're talking about it. There's all these rumors floating around about how he's sold access to his account to another cryptocurrency person who's working with him, and basically everyone's just talking about how a scam is incoming. Hasn't released yet. It might be out by the time we post this podcast, but Kanye West keeps talking about cryptocurrency, linking up with crypto influencers, that everyone in the crypto space is going, oh no, this guy's a scammer. Like, this guy's going to scam heaps of money out of Kanye's audience, and who knows, maybe Kanye isn't even going to see any of it. But we've got here, Kanye has another public Nazi meltdown over meme coin collab. Now, look, it's pretty funny what he's doing. I'm not condoning it. And this isn't good. But I know funny when I hear it. You know what his coin's called? Swasticoin. Now, I wouldn't invest, but you can't deny the man's a branding genius. He's teamed up with Binance, which is the biggest cryptocurrency exchange in the world. It comes out of China. You know Binance.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And the Binance CEO has publicly linked up with him. They're talking on Twitter currently right now. And immediately, this is why I think that Kanye starts working with someone and then immediately tests them. That seems to be what's happening. He hires someone, finds out they're Jewish, and he starts calling himself Hitler in text, right? And if they sue him, they're disloyal and they can't be trusted, and it's good that he lost them. That seems to be what's going on in his head, right? So within 10 minutes, and this is happening right now, within 10 minutes of the founder of Binance DMing him on Twitter, Kanye posts the new Binance logo on his Twitter.
Oh, that's not good.
Where he changes the Binance logo to a Swazi. Which is like a big test, I think, of like, oh, you're going to work with me? Are you going to let me say whatever I want? So the guy's just fucking absolutely lost it. He's also posting, he literally, because everyone's saying that, oh, he sold his account, he's going to scam people. So he must have seen this, and he's posted a video of himself talking about this to kind of prove that it is actually him. In that video, he's wearing a t-shirt with a swastika on it. It's fucking crazy what the guy's doing. And I don't see how this could possibly ever end favorably. I think he's just trying to burn every single bridge possible because he has this weird idea in his head that he needs people around him that will let him do and, more importantly, say anything that he wants. But, like, then the only people you have around are just, like, spineless yes men or people that are, like, taking advantage of you. And, like, everyone knows that's, like, one of the quickest ways to lose all of your money, power, and influence is to be surrounded by sycophants who don't help you be smarter or better or steer you away from mistakes or toward wins. You just have a bunch of self-loathing Jewish people or really racist people or just sociopaths that don't give a fuck what you do as long as they get their cut. But I was thinking about this because he sold the Swazi t-shirts. I was thinking about this. There is absolutely a few, like, Korean hype beasts that would wear that shit. For sure. Like, there's got to be thousands of people that are dumb enough to actually wear the Swazi t-shirt and think that they'll be able to be like, no. It's not a racist swastika. It's like a Kanye Swazi. And you just know that those t-shirts will be worn once. You know, like they'll be worn once and they'll wake up in the hospital and they'll go, you know what? Maybe I won't wear that one again. They'll be like, oh, where's my t-shirt and my front teeth? So yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going to happen. It's pretty wild that the CEO of Binance is like openly working with a dude who wants to launch something called Swasticoin. As funny as the name is. So he's getting hit with community notes as well. Kanye's tweeting about cryptocurrency and every single recent tweet has been hit with the same community notes. Kanye sold access to his accounts to Bark Meta, this account. The account he follows is Bark's alt account. The dark and light mode time format changes between screenshots and point to multiple people having access to his account. This will be a major liquidity extraction event, as in a huge scam. Which is very funny. At the same time, Kanye has insisted he was creating a legitimate financial system. Oh my God, he's literally just saying everything that every crypto scammer says. Oh, we're creating decentralized finance, says the schizophrenic dude attached to nitrous oxide wearing a swastika. To be fair, that's about every fucking crypto millionaire on the internet is like a half brain dead Nazi. At the same time, Kanye insisted he was creating a legitimate financial system. In one post, he wrote, Yeezy is here to create a real currency. Any field I go into, I learn from the best and treat their lifelong work with the highest respect. That tweet got community noted with Kanye says he never takes advice from anyone and links to a tweet where he says that. Minutes later, he contradicted himself again, stating, I truly like Jewish people. They can just no longer be the creative directors of the planet. They are the bullies. No, I'm the bully. I think he means now I'm the bully.
Yeah.
So, good luck, Kanye. Sounds like he's actually getting holes in his brain. I was reading that a lot of people close to him, or that used to be close to him, is that, like, this is what he would do. He would suck down a bunch of nitrous and then just get super manic and go on tweet storms to the point where they took his phone and tried to stop him having access to nitrous. So, yeah, man. Good luck, Kanye. I'm very excited to see what he does next. It is a real, like, test of Elon Musk's platform as well. To have, like, one of the most famous and followed people in the world just Swazi posting.
Swazi posting is so good.
You're a fan
No,
of,
I mean...
you like Swazi posting.
Yeah, I should have said that. I mean... He's
panicking.
Yeah, I don't
you guys should see what t-shirt Keelan's wearing.
know.
Jeez, it's fast shipping from Yeezy.com, isn't it? No, he's not wearing one of them. He made it himself. Anyway...
I meant to say Swazi posting is funny.
Oh, really?
Not that it's good.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like he thinks that he's like trolling or something, but like, brother, he's like, isn't he? He's got to be almost 50 soon. How old is Kanye? He's got to be mid-40s. Is he? I actually don't know this at all.
47.
Bro, you can't be almost 50 posting swastikas and being like, I'm trolling. It's like, man, go see your kids. Anyway, I have been. I've got a lot of flights that are coming up because I've got this tour. By the way, loosebeers.com. You should get your tickets. I've got this tour coming up, and I'm not happy about all of the planes that are being rocketed into the dirt recently. I'm not liking the news. Donald Trump and Elon Musk got rid of DEI, and all of a sudden planes started falling from the sky every single day. If I get on a plane and I don't see my pilot sucking off the co-pilot, I'm getting off. Bring back DEI. I'm going to need myself a gay motherfucker piloting my plane. If I get on and I don't hear, "Hey guys, welcome to Virgin," I'm safe. That's all. I'll feel a lot happier. If I want a limp-wristed pilot. If I get on a plane and I see like a mid-30s white guy, we're going down. Get a woman in the cockpit now. The only time I would accept a man if they're 5'6" and they've got a beard that's weirdly soft hair. They're trans. That's the type of bloke I want flying my plane. I want my pilot in a binder. That's what I want. Get me a gender-neutral pilot. DEI has got to come back, dude. It's the only thing that's going to stop these planes hitting the ground. You see the recent one, the landing they made in on Delta in Canada?
It landed on its roof?
Landed on its fucking roof. I've never seen this. Miraculously, everyone survived. You know what they offered everyone on this plane? They offered every single person on this flight a preemptive $30,000. No questions asked, no strings attached. And they said that 30 will be deducted from any settlement. So even that the airline is like, oh, you're going to win, but we're going to give you 30 now to soften the blow because we know this court case is going to take ages.
Yeah.
If I was on that plane, I would not accept that money. Don't take $1 from Delta. All right? Don't take anything less than $10 million. You landed the plane on the roof.
And my neck hurts permanently.
Absolutely. I would be doing interview after interview, emotional distress. I can't do my job anymore. Every time I see a plane, I have a panic attack. One time I tried to do a handstand and I had flashbacks to landing upside down. Now I can't fly unless my pilot's gay. I'll be doing all that. Delta Airlines is offering $30,000 to each person on board a plane that crash landed in Toronto on Monday, all of whom survived. I can't get over that. As it landed in the Canadian city, the plane skidded along the runway in flames before flipping over and coming to a halt upside down. You know what I saw that was absolutely wild? Was footage of a guy climbing out of the plane, which means that they landed on their roof. And the guy was like, oh, hang on, let me get my phone out before I get off the plane. Bro, get off the fucking plane. That's crazy.
I think in the video you can hear the flight attendants being like, get off your phone.
Yeah.
You can hear them say that.
And all these people in the comments are going, oh, they're trying to stop people from filming because they don't want the evidence out. The plane's on its roof. We don't need it much more evidence, dude. I'm pretty sure they're yelling at some fucking idiot who's trying to get a viral moment while there's a grandmother bleeding behind him. You know, getting hung by the fucking seatbelt because she didn't do it up properly, so she's hanging from her chin upside down. Put your fucking phone away, dude. Get off the plane. It's going to explode. Pull up that footage, though, Keelan. It's great. It's good watching. Just because there is one moment that I would like to point out for the viewer, and we'll put this in for the video. All right. So is this the one? Okay, that's from the outside. I want the inside.
I haven't seen this footage.
It's unbelievable that everyone survived.
How the fuck did that happen?
I don't know. A really big wind and that one there.
This one?
Yes. Skip forward so we can find them climbing off. Yeah, here we go. All right, go back to the start of that clip.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so this is very important that we're paying attention to here because I'm going to point something out. All right, so they're climbing off. They've edited it out. That's frustrating. There is a moment where the air hostess, as someone else is climbing off the plane, puts both of their hands right up a person's ass.
I have actually seen that, yes.
And it's very funny because it's like it's a real, like, it's like if you were at the supermarket and you had to pick up a big watermelon. It's like both hands, thumbs in position as well, like locked in, like she had some torque on that motherfucker. Whoever that guy is, I'd be suing for sexual assault too, because there looks like there's some penetration. All right? Find out who that man is and pay him extra. Gee, just when you thought your day couldn't get any worse after you've landed upside down on a plane, you also get you also get oil checked by a flight attendant. Ooh! That's really good stuff. There were 76 passengers and 4 crew on the flight, which had traveled from the U.S. city of Minneapolis before making its crash landing in Canada. A spokesperson for Delta said the money offer had no strings attached and did not affect customers' rights. Yeah, I bet. Until they get to the court case and they go, well, they seem pretty happy to accept this $30,000. Look what they spent it on. Doesn't look like they need any more from us. In fact, if you watch the footage back very slowly, this man experienced a prostate orgasm from being fingered in the ass on the way out. So he owes us $30,000 for that. This is how you respond to this, all right? Lawyer Vincent Genova said the group expected a timely and fair resolution, highlighting that his client suffered personal injuries of a serious nature that required hospital attention. That's good. That's my lawyer, man. Yeah, so it is quite scary that all of this stuff has been happening. Although I don't know if it is happening more. I think it is just in the news all the time because they talked about it. Experts continue to insist that air travel is overwhelmingly safe, more so than other forms of transport. In fact, yeah, as long as you've got a trans pilot.
Can I say something that'll probably upset you? Mm-hmm. There is nothing more cowardly than a man, not you specifically, just a man in general, being scared on a plane.
Yeah.
When I recently flew to Thailand, there was a man with beads in his hand doing the
prayer beads.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, come on, bro, you're 50.
Maybe he was just praying to God. Maybe he's just a Catholic, a devout Catholic.
He was
very
clearly anxious. Oh, grow up.
You think that's bad? One time I took a flight that it was pretty bad turbulence, but it was not bad at all. Literally multiple times throughout the flight, there was one guy up the back that every now and then would go, ah! And I laughed, and he definitely would have heard me. Ah! He was doing those real fear, like not but like just an involuntary noise of just pure fear. It's like when you fall over and you land on your chest, you just make a noise that you didn't even know you could make, like that, but fear. Yeah. The plane would move a little bit, and he'd be like, ah! Ah! And it was so funny.
I think if you're on a flight and it's going down, you are not allowed to be scared until, like in that video, it hits the ground. That is the only time.
If it's going down, you could be scared.
If they were landing, they wouldn't have known. No one on that flight would have been aware that something was wrong until the millisecond they hit the ground.
Yeah, if you can't be scared on a plane until you hear.
Yeah.
Or the warning lights, yeah.
I think it's pathetic to be scared on a flight.
It is. If you're scared of flying, harden up. All right? Oh, no.
Boo-hoo.
I've just read here that the pilot was a woman. Well, that's not good, is it? That's not good for the anti-DEI. That's the last thing that they needed. This is Jews crawling out of the tunnel all over again. That's the last thing that you guys needed. That's bad PR that you could have done without. If this happened 6 months from now, you would have been all right. You don't want Donald Trump and Elon being like, we need to get DEI out of aviation, and then within 3 days of them saying that, a woman crashes a plane. Thank God she was a white woman and not an Asian woman, you know? Now, a little update about me, guys. Obviously, last episode, I was very excited to announce that I had booked my driver's lesson. Oh, yeah. My very first driver's lesson in many years, not since COVID.
How'd you go?
Before COVID have I driven. I haven't driven since 2020, I think. And I booked my lesson with the guy that I used to drive with. I wasn't sure if he still did it. It's been a long time. But I booked it in for Monday, which is so good. I was really excited about it. You've been texting me about it all week. Are you excited? Are you nervous? And then you texted me about it afterwards. You said, how did it go? And then a couple hours after that one, you text me again. You said, hey, man, how did your driver's lesson go? And then the next day, you text me again and said, hey, dude, how did the driver's lesson go? And then we talked a little bit about work. And then you said, just bumping this, and you said, hey man, how did your driver's lesson go? And I'm happy to say that I double booked myself, had to cancel it. So haven't gone for that driver's lesson just yet. I am currently working, though. I am very, very committed to rescheduling that driver's lesson for some point in the future, and I am intending to do that driver's lesson.
You do this pretty often with this guy.
Yes.
Is there a cancellation fee?
Yes. And in fact, there is a cancellation fee that is a fraction of the driver's lesson itself. But because I've done this to him so often, I preemptively said, just keep it, brother. Have the full amount.
That's nice of you, yeah.
Because I fuck you around frequently. You know what's so funny? I guarantee you that this guy thinks he's not going to hear from me for 2 years, because the last time I booked in a driver's lesson and then cancelled it, I did not speak to him for 2 years. Because I had to renew my learner's permit, because apparently those expire even though they're valid for 10 years. I had to do that, and I thought, I'll do that later. And then 700 plus days later, I did do that. So progress is progress. I booked a driver's lesson just to see how it feels. Feels good. Haven't actually gone on one, but I am intending to. And that's a lot better than I have been previously in my life, where I have just not been intending to at all. So stay tuned for further updates on my journey as a 31-year-old greying man to learn how to drive. What type of car should I get? I think I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Because even if I did have my driver's license, I absolutely couldn't afford one.
I have a 2003 Honda Accord.
Mm-hmm.
You could get that.
I actually have been paying attention to cars to see which one has enough headroom for me.
I do find myself squeezed into the Honda.
Yeah.
You could get yourself a Ford Everest.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I could get myself that Cube car.
Nissan Cube.
Yeah, the Nissan Cube. Drive around in the Minecraft mobile. This is the only car I could afford. Hang on, sorry. This is the only car I could afford. We should remake that scene shot for shot, I reckon. That'd be really good. So look.
You could get a little like Honda Jazz or something like that.
You know what is funny? I actually do fit in a Honda Jazz quite well. That unironically is one of the roomier cars that I've driven in.
Some of the little cars are quite spacious.
I think it's because they're squashed, they're narrow but they're tall. And that's me. I'm narrow but I'm tall. But again, probably getting ahead of myself. I would love a Toyota Century. That's what I would love.
I have to look that up.
That's it's like a $30,000 nice Japanese import car that no one drives. It's like a Japanese Maybach, but for some reason they're quite affordable and cheap. It's so cool. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, okay.
Look, it's like a you would love it. I'll show it to you later. It
looks like the president's car.
Yeah, but they're really affordable for some reason. But it's but also it's a V12, so I wouldn't be able to drive it as a B-plater.
I always
you know what's almost more embarrassing than being on my L's now? Being on my P's when I'm 32.
I'll tell you what, as a Melbourne driver, there's a lot of uni students in Canberra. I'm so aggro. I know I said this last week in the Patreon podcast, but I always cut off
last week's
a
Patreon podcast was just Keelan. I really felt like you were driving around all last week in Canberra.
Yeah.
You would experience something that would infuriate you, and you wouldn't like you normally do. Normally you explode and you have your road rage moment, but I feel like it happened and you were like, I'm going to put a pin in that and return to that later on the Patreon.
Thanks.
So if you'd like to listen to a whole episode of Keelan's road rage, that is on the Patreon.
Thanks to the Patreon, I was able to fly down this morning just to do this podcast.
Yes, we flew Keelan down just to do this podcast. It has absolutely nothing to do with a very big video that's coming up. Oh, we got a big one.
Big one.
We got a big one.
Last year on cars, when I was 18 and I was getting my learners, when I was getting my Ps.
You did that with your Ps at 18. Wow.
I really wanted a Holden Statesman, which is actually, now I know it's the car that the Prime Minister gets driven around in.
Really?
It's like the Prime
What does that look like? Show me. Pull up a Holden Statesman. Jamie, pull that up. A Holden Statesman.
Because they're a little bit like luxurious inside.
Yeah.
For what an 18-year-old.
That's what they drive the Prime Minister around?
Something like this.
That's not good enough. That's so Australian.
But inside it's like leather seats.
It's like a fucking Nissan.
And I'll show you the interior. Nice leather seats. It's like a fancy 2000s car.
Yeah.
My friend got one and it ended up being a shitbox, so I'm glad I didn't get that. I just went through 3 Ford Falcons. Anyway, good chat.
I double booked myself because I had a thing in the city. I had a thing that I was doing. I stayed in the city and I took my dog. Took Robert to the city, to the hotel. There's so many dog-friendly hotels around. I love it so much. She's bougie as well. Bob loves a hotel. She absolutely loves just stretching out on a fucking hotel couch. It's really great. But the thing is, now that she's fully grown, she's huge now. She's like 42 kilos, big fat dog, like American Staffy, maybe Great Dane cross. She's huge, right? She's actually chilling there on the couch right now, listening to this. And I've always known that Bobbi was a chick magnet. Girls love big dogs, all right? People think that girls love cute little dogs. No, chicks love fucking beasts, all right? There's a reason Beauty and the Beast is so popular. If he was a chihuahua, no one would have seen that fucking film, and I guarantee you Belle would not have wanted to fuck him. But girls love big dogs, and I've always known this, right? Because every chick is always like, oh, wow, what's her name? She's so pretty. She's so well-behaved, blah, blah, blah. I've always known that. But what I realized from our city trip, we spent 2 nights in the city, is that Bobbi is, as much as she is a chick magnet, she's an even bigger crackhead magnet. Crackheads love Robert. They love her. Every time I left the hotel to walk her to wee, to walk her to poo, someone with not enough teeth in their head came up to me for a 40-minute conversation that they somehow got done in 3 minutes. Now, I made a huge mistake where I thought it would be a good idea. I got up at like 6 a.m, really early, and I thought, I want to go and write in the city somewhere with my dog. I thought that's going to be beautiful. I go to Flinders Street and I sit on Flinders Street steps like one of those emos that are smoking other people's cigarettes, right? And it's actually not very busy. I thought it'd be really busy. It's not busy at all. I'm sitting there, I'm writing. Bobbi is just sitting and people watching. She loves watching and I love writing, right? This guy who's like 42 on a BMX bike comes up and sees a dog and he goes, fuck, That's a beautiful dog, brother. And I thought, well, here we go. I said, thank you very much, man. He goes, bro, that's a fucking sick dog, bro. Don't worry. I'm not going to touch her. I promise I won't touch her. Does she bite? I went, no, she's very friendly. And he went, I'm not going to touch her. And he gets really close to her and he goes, don't worry, bro. I'm not going to touch her. I'm like, you can touch her. He goes, no, don't ever let someone else touch your dog, mate. Don't you worry. I'm not going to touch her. I went, okay, see yourself. Bob's like, hello. Right? And then he says hello and then he kind of walks away. And then he comes back and he goes, brother, you look like a bit of an artist, yeah? You look like a bit of an artist. I'm an artist too. And I went, oh, really? And he went, yeah, man, I do a lot of drawing. And he pulls out of his bag his phone. And he goes, I want to show you some of my art. I do art to like heal other people's depression. I went, oh, that's lovely, dude. That's great. I would love to see it. And he pulls out like these scrawlings that are like, I could only describe it as like tribal tattoos on lined paper in blue point pen. And he was going, here's this one. And this one's my first one. I went, wow, that's really cool. And then he pulled down another one, exactly the same. Here's another one. What do you reckon of that? I went, that's even better. And he goes, oh, thank you so much, mate. I talked to that guy for like 10 minutes. And then I had to go like, oh, man, I've got to go, dude. I've got an appointment. He went, no worries, brother. Don't ever let anyone touch your dog. Someone stole my dog. And I went, oh, there it is.
Oh,
poor guy.
that's so funny.
Cured my depression, though, those drawings. Fixed me right up. I took one look at those big pen tribal tattoo scrawlings and I thought, man, why would I ever be sad again? She embarrassed me a lot because
The dog
embarrassed me a lot in the city. Because when I see a homeless person, I know that they should either be sympathized with, given some money, or given some food. Now, I've done this many times. Where if I'm in a 7-Eleven and they've got a 2-for-1 deal, I'll get 2 Powerades, 1 for me, 1 for you. Right? I do that a lot. That's a great way to help people on the street. When you go into Sevs, 1 for me, 1 for you. I do that all the time. I started doing that in the UK because they had those Tesco meal deals, and I rarely wanted everything that you got, so I would just get the drink for the homeless person because I only really like water and coffee. I don't like sweet drinks and stuff.
You don't like a Red Bull.
Yeah, but I would. So I whatever. Anyway, I'm such a good person. The point is, I know that with homeless people, there are 3, potentially 4 actions. 1 is sympathize from a distance. 2 is give money. 3 is give food. 4 is ignore, act like they're not there, don't make eye contact.
Step over them.
Step over. Step on. Bobbi, she sees a homeless person sitting down and she goes, fuck, let's play. You want to hang out? Yeah, dude. Hello. You smell really interesting. What's going on there? And because she's so big, she's like face to face with these homeless people. Yo, dude, what's up? She loves homeless people. You smell fucking so interesting. So not only is my dog a crackhead magnet, but homeless people are a dog magnet. So every time I saw a homeless person sitting down, I had to take a wide berth around them. And not just because they're poor, but because my dog thought they were very interesting. Another thing that was really funny about taking the dog to the city is because she's so big and ugly looking, you can really tell who's been around dogs and who hasn't. Because I've never seen anyone in the city walking a dog as big as her. I don't think I've seen many people anywhere walking a dog as big as her. So everyone looks at her, you know, fuck, big dog. But I would say at least every 50 to 100 people we passed, one person would be fucking terrified and jump out of their skin. And it was very funny. And it was always like an Indian guy or an Asian person or like a Muslim guy. Because Muslim people don't have dogs, right? So they're not around them. And and a lot of them really fear them, which is really Really funny. A lot of the Crusaders will be looking down upon Bobby with pride. But fuck, it was so... We'd be walking down the street and then people would just be like, ah! And jump behind people. It was literally exactly like when you get those involuntary noises of fear on the plane.
Yeah.
But just in the street, someone's holding a suitcase. Ah! Does she bite? I reckon I ruined at least 3 relationships because there was like a boyfriend and a girlfriend walking, and then like the boyfriend jumped in fear and got behind the girlfriend who is like cool with dogs.
Yeah.
And he's like, ah! And you just saw the girlfriend be like, ugh.
Got the ick.
Yeah. You can't be with someone who jumps behind you when they see a friendly dog. She's pretty good at listening to me, but her primary sense is smell. Right? You're around a lot of dogs that like they love looking at stuff or hearing. Hers is smelling. And when she gets onto a smell, like she just like her focus narrows down to a pinpoint what's going in her nose. So she's just looking at the ground and an inch in front of her, no spatial awareness. So I'm like maneuvering her around. But there was one time, dude, she's sniffing and then she heard something and she looks behind her but keeps walking and then turns around, head first into a pole. Boom! Makes this huge noise. Everyone fucking laughs at her.
Oh, Bob.
And then she sees a homeless person who goes, hi!
Big day for Bob.
Big day for Robert. I think she's still exhausted after that. We went to a jazz bar as well. That was really nice. Went to, what was it called? It was called Paris Cat. You should go. It's like a little 60-seater, maybe max 60, probably more like 40 comfortably. And it was so cool, dude. It was like a full jazz setup. There was a woman singing in French, a violin player, a piano player, double bass, drums, whole wanky Melbourne imitation French Paris cafe type vibe, right? And I really got the sense that fuck, it's impressive when one type of person plays an instrument, but less impressive when another person plays an instrument. Like Asian girl on the piano, whatever, right? That's to be expected. White guy on the violin, fuck.
That's cool.
That's crazy. Black guy on the trumpet, yeah, you know, I've seen that before. If you saw a black guy playing the mandolin, you'd be like, dude, that's cool as fuck. Black guy playing the organ, who cares? White guy on the drums, boring, seen it before. What's a weird instrument for a white guy to play? White male on the flute. Flute gives me white lady vibes. Asian person playing electric guitar. What the fuck? That's cool. Asian person playing violin. Who cares? Italian person playing the harmonica. That's a bit weird. Comment down below your strange instrument and race mixes. Is this racist?
I don't think so. Is it?
I feel like it would be making some people uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's not racist.
Japanese guy playing the chopsticks. That's maybe a little bit racist.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Jewish. Anyway. We should probably do some emails here before the show. But before we do the emails, I've got this great story. We've got a couple of great emails. If you want to send an email through to podcast@losespears.com, if you have a story for me, if you want my opinion on something, if you need some life advice, send it through to podcast@losespears.com, LEWspears.com. We would love to hear from you. Do you remember I did a video about the AI Humane Pin?
Yeah.
That AI wearable device. So it was this device where you would wear, it was like a square and had a camera on it and it had AI built into it. And the use case was you can get rid of your phone and you can just walk around with this thing and say shit like, hey, where should I get breakfast this morning? And it would be able to talk to you, or, you know, you would text me about a meeting and it would remind me about the meeting and then go, oh, by the way, Keelan really likes donuts, so maybe pick some up on the way, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that not true?
That's very true.
Yeah.
It's just a strange thing to, yeah.
Oh, I bought the AI Humane Pin. I wouldn't be able to remember that without it.
Is
But
that
anyway,
why you bought the donuts yesterday?
yes, my AI Humane Pin reminded me. Anyway, no, that's not. I just did that because I'm a really good friend of yours.
I'm going to have a donut now.
That's a great idea. I'm going to have one after this. Anyway, actually, fuck it. I'm going to have a Magic Mind. Not even sponsored. Please come back. Please, for the love of God, come back. Cheers.
I just sculled mine at the start as well. Cheers to that.
Right? The AI Humane Pin. How long are we going? Oh, we're good. So, the whole business, the pitch was it was going to replace your phone, and it was an innovative AI product, and you'd be able to wear it, and you'd be able to do things like, how many calories are in the meal in front of me, and what's the quickest way to get here, and summarize this week's emails, and write me a to-do list to prioritize my entire week, and all this kind of stuff, right? Amazing use case was being pitched. The latest news, which dropped this week, this is from their website. Important update for consumer AI PIN customers. This is from Humane AI. Dear AI PIN customers, first and foremost, thank you for being an early adopter of AI PIN. Your support, feedback, and enthusiasm have been instrumental in shaping this technology. And we are truly grateful to have had you on this journey with us. That's amazing. That's good because it is, like I always say this, never buy the first edition of anything. If it's new technology, if it's a new surgery, if it's a new medicine, you never want to be first in the door. Have a look at the first bitch to get breast implants if you want to know why. All right? You never want to be first. Elon Musk has a botched penis implant. You never want to be first. That's a rumor that I've just said is true, but apparently many women he's been with have talked about his botched penis implant. Right? So that is great for a company to show appreciation to their customers for believing in them and their technology, because it is a big risk, and they were so confident about it. And, you know, even though I did shit on it, it's a cool idea, the idea to replace a phone, right? So that's great that they're showing appreciation. We are writing to inform you that effective immediately, we will no longer be selling the AI PIN as our business priorities have shifted, and we are selling our business to HP.
Oh, wow.
They've shut down the entire business. Device timeline. Your AI PIN will continue to function normally until February 28th. After this date, it will no longer function. It's no longer going to connect to Humane servers, and center access will be fully retired. Device features. Your AI PIN will no longer include calling, messaging, AI queries or responses, or cloud access. They're bricking it. It's useless.
That's crazy.
Yep. And any data that's on it, so any photos, any information you've got on it, they're deleting all of it. So you got to download it because they're dissolving the whole fucking business. Right? This thing was $700. Wow. So all these people that picked up this technology, that bought into the scam, their reward is fuck you. These people, right? How's this? This is HP's statement about acquiring the company. They sold their business for more than $100 million.
Okay, that's awesome.
They scammed all of these fucking tech nerds out of $700 a piece. That's like what? Over $1,000, like $1,200 Australian in Monopoly money. Right? They scammed all of these people out of hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And then they've somehow scammed HP out of $115 million more dollars. Money's fake, dude. You can make a bad product that doesn't work when you were supporting it, and now it's going to work even less because you're shutting it down, and you get to walk away with $115 million because you're selling patents to technology that doesn't work. And that's basically what they've done. Is they patented technology that they didn't get to work, but they own the idea. So the only way for HP, a company, to have a real crack at it, that might have a shot at creating something like this that actually works, the only way HP can even try is by giving $115 million to scam artists so that the scam artists can go, yeah, sure, you can use my idea if you can figure it out. That's like me being like, oh, I reckon we should cure cancer. And then me patenting the cure to cancer without actually inventing the cure to cancer, and then scientists have to pay me money to invent it. Someone's going to comment right now 3 paragraphs about how that's how the medical industry currently works. Actually, I know you're joking and talking about a dystopian future, but that's the reality we live in. You know what's so funny as well? HP are buying it. Name a HP invention, Keelan.
Oh, I couldn't think.
I've got one. A printer that doesn't fucking work.
Yeah.
A printer that wants to charge you a subscription fee to be able to use it. That's a HP invention. A printer that comes with a special software that doesn't allow you to buy ink from anyone other than HP, and that intentionally uses more ink than it needs to. A printer that, despite the fact that everyone only ever prints in black and white, that tells you, no, if you want to be able to continue printing, you have to buy the color ink, because if you don't have color ink in it, it's going to say that it's out of ink, even though you only want to print in black and white, and the black and white ink is fucking full. That's what my printer does to me. It's a HP. It says, you're out of blue, so you can't print this fucking news article. I don't want any blue. It's black. HP accelerates AI software investments to transform the future of work. Here we fucking go. You know what? Oh, I just saw the future of the AI Humane Pin. They're going to change it to the AI Inhumane Pin. And it's not going to be a pin that helps you navigate the world or remember your kid's birthday or tell you how many calories are in a meal. You know what it's going to do? It's going to be a fucking body cam that warehouse workers have to wear that'll tell you if you're moving too fucking slow. James, did you know that Sarah has packed 3 more packages than you? If you don't pack as many packages as Sarah, you're going to be fired. And then he'll pack 4 packages and Sarah will get a notification. I'm sorry, but Hernandez has packed more packages than you, Sarah. You're fired. You know that's what they're going to do. They're going to come up with technology that where people wear a fucking body cam, but instead of capturing racist executions, they're going to capture workers being human beings. Sorry, senior citizen, but you're not allowed to have an asthma attack on the job. You're fired. Hurry up. Lewis needs his batteries. Next day shipping. I'm part of the problem. This investment will rapidly accelerate our ability to develop a new generation of devices that seamlessly orchestrate AI requests both locally and in the cloud, said Tuan Tran, president of technology and innovation at HP. Innovation at HP? This guy needs to lose his fucking job. Humane's AI platform, Cosmos, backed by an incredible group of engineers, will help us create an intelligent ecosystem all across HP devices. Oh! I'm sick to death of ecosystems with products, all right? I'm already in fucking Apple's walled garden, all right? I've got the fucking Apple Watch and the iPhone and the laptop and all this bullshit. I've got Sony's headphones, and they're just annoying enough for me to be like, I won't ever buy Apple headphones, but if those break, I probably will replace them with the Apple version of them. Although those AirPods Max look fucking stupid and heavy, and I hate them. Dude, could you imagine a HP ecosystem? You know? Because what else do HP make? What do they make? They make printers and computers and phones. They make other things.
Phones? They make desktop printers, monitors, laptops, printers.
You know what
I had a really shitty HP laptop in high school.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, they make webcams as well?
You know what they're going to do? They're going to start making fridges. And you're gonna wake up and all your milk is going to be warm. And they're going to be like, sorry, but if you want cold milk, you're going to have to replace the ink in your printer. That's what they're going to use this AI technology for.
What do you think HP stands for? You will never guess.
Hewlett Packard.
Oh, okay. How'd you know that?
Just a lucky guess. I think just because HP was the brand with desktop PCs and laptops before Apple came in, so I'm a big Hewlett Packard fan. The acquisition brings... Oh, I've read that. We are excited to join HP at such a pivotal moment in the industry and help shape the future of intelligent experiences, said Bethany and Imran, co-founders of Humane. HP's scale, global reach, and operational excellence, combined with our design-led approach, integration technology, and engineering expertise, will redefine workforce productivity. Yeah, workforce productivity, dude. That's the thing. All of this technology that gets pitched to you and me as like, oh, it's going to make your life easier and it's going to make your life more convenient and you're going to be able to live a better life while doing less things. It's all fucking bullshit because they use us to test their technology that gets sold to corporations to turn you into a fucking slave where you get paid less even though you're able to do more and be more economically efficient because you have all these fucking AI assistants. McDonald's gets rid of all of their fucking customer service and face-to-face checking people and replaces it with screens, and none of the people behind the grill get a raise. And pretty soon those fucking grillers are going to have to wear the AI Humane Pin, and it'll say, oh, sorry, but we've detected a burger flip came 3 seconds too late. Please insert left finger into the deep fryer to continue your employment as punishment. HP is committed to reinventing the future of work through technology, delivering experiences that empower organizations and employees to thrive in today's dynamic environment. Please refresh the cyan color in your printer to receive your superannuation for the year. The $116 million transaction is expected to close at the end of the month. The world's fucked where two scam artists can scam hundreds of millions of dollars out of consumers for a device that they fucking brick in less than 2 years, and they get paid $116 million to sell their ideas that never even worked in the first place to a company to make your job worse. Anyway, guys, let's do the emails, shall we? Marvel Rivals is ruining a 12-year friendship.
Okay.
Now, I've been playing a little bit of Marvel Rivals, and I've loved it. I've been playing as Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, yes.
Because he stretches and he has grey hair on the side. So that's me. I feel like if I walked around a con dressed up as him and we filmed it, I would rip 10 million views on TikTok. Because I look very long and I've got the grey sideburns. And in the game, he's got a beard now. He's never had a beard in the comics.
I started reading the comics after the trailer came out.
Oh, you started reading Fantastic Four. I've never read... Yeah. The only thing I know about Fantastic Four are their names. I don't know anything about... I know their names and their powers and like Doctor Doom. They're one of the only comic book teams I pretty much know nothing about other than... I don't think I've even watched all the films.
I just got the app.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. Anyway, go on.
Marvel Rivals is ruining a 12-year friendship. Hey, Lewis, my friend and I have been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals recently. My friend lives out of state, so we play almost every night because we are not able to physically hang out with each other. However, he's begun to get overly toxic on the game. He tells people things like, I hope your mum dies or I hope you get cancer. Oh my God. Yeah, it doesn't matter if we're playing ranked or just quick play casually. He's always quick to say some of the most abhorrent stuff I have ever heard. He's also one of the biggest crybabies I've ever met, constantly complaining about his team, even if he is the reason we're also losing. Because of this, my other friends do not want to play with us. They tell me they don't want to work their 9-to-5 job just to get off the game and get bitched at by this unemployed bum who is on the game all the time.
Jesus.
Yeah, I agree. I think that this type of toxic behavior has always been around, but it's so much more common, and the games themselves actually cultivate that. Because back in my day, when I played games, I played like Dude, I was playing Counter-Strike 1.6, dude. Like the OG. I would go to the internet cafe with my primary school friends, and we would play Counter-Strike 1.6, and we would play Dota when it was a mod of Warcraft 3. Right? That's how OG I am, right? When every single game had a server browser and custom servers, and there was no ranking system, and there was no competitive ranking system that wasn't like officially organized by the community outside of the game, where you had to like drive to an event and play against people that were considered pros or wanted to become pro, right? So every game you would have like a really good mix of skills in the game. You would have people like me that were like really good. Back in the day. I'm washed now. It's over. All right. Anyone who's like 15 to 21, this is as good as you're ever going to be. You're going to be fucking, when you hit 30, when you finish your job, you're going to come home to relax on the game, and then some fucking 16-year-old is going to dunk on you, and you're going to be at the bottom of the leaderboard, and then he's going to say uninstall, and it's going to really get to you. But you have to remember that you were once that kid, and I was as well, right? But before all of this ranked bullshit, every server had a good mix. So you would have like a couple like real good people at the top of the scoreboards, and then everyone else would kind of average out. With these ranked games, especially with Marvel Rivals, with the ranked games where it's like teams of 5v5 or 6v6, I can't remember, everyone is sorted into roughly the same skill level. So everyone, if it's doing its job right, is as good as the other people on their team and who they're playing against. So every game is like challenging. And it makes it fucking toxic because every single game you get a message that says you're good or you're bad. You're moving up the ladder or down the ladder. I don't want to be on a ladder when I'm fucking opening up a video game. I don't want to be like I get enough of that shit looking at my analytics on YouTube. You know, every single time I open up a game and I finish a game, whether I win or lose, it's like, all right, now you're moving up, now you're moving down. And it puts you, when you start to get good, because I'm okay at Marvel Rivals, I haven't played for a while, but I'm okay. But like when you're okay at a game, you start moving up the ranks, and when you get to like above average, everyone in there is a fucking tryhard who's trying to get to the top. And it fucking sucks, dude, because you might be on there to have fun. They're on there to win. And if they don't win, they're having a bad time. So many people can't play these games and enjoy them unless they win. And even then, the enjoyment doesn't come until the final second where they get the win. It's like every single fucking game is the Championship World Cup, and it's the most important thing ever. And the game incentivizes that. Like, I know that with Call of Duty, they've literally built in like a reward circuit into the matches where the game quite literally intentionally will place you in a few games in a row where you're the best player because they know where everyone's skill level is. So they'll give you like 3 games in a row where you're just a fucking god, where you're just killing it. You're absolutely crushing it. And then it'll give you 4 in a row where you're getting stomped. And it's like, fuck, I got to get back to, I know I can. And it's like fucking with your brain. And it's all to keep you on the game so that you buy skins. I have not had this much fun on a video game in years, but playing with my friend is not an enjoyable experience. Yeah, it's a really fun game if you're not playing with people like that. He's sucking the fun out of this game that I love to play. I would appear offline and solo queue, but he's the type of person to look at my game history and see that I was playing without him. Oh my God. He was raised in a household full of women, so he has very womanly tendencies. And he's a bitch!
He's womanly tendencies in what way?
He would take my appearing offline and playing with him as an attack. Keelan was raised in a household full of women.
I was.
Yeah. And you can tell. What are you going to do? Write about that in your diary? Huh? Yeah, I don't think it's because he was raised in a house full of women. He just sounds like a fucking loser.
Yeah.
and insecure and he has nothing going on in his life. So he has to win and he has to control you. This message has been proofread with Apple Intelligence. So any complaints you have with punctuation or spelling, you can take up with Apple. Mate, it was actually formatted brilliantly. Could you tell that I enjoyed reading that?
Sorry, is that the whole message?
Yes. Yeah, look, you can't play with people like this. They suck. They're insufferable. And you know what? This guy lives out of state, so just stop playing with him. Like literally, you got to tell him. And I've had friends like this. I remember when I was in high school, there was a guy that we liked him at school, but as soon as we got on the game, he was the most argumentative, fucking toxic person that, yeah, if you messed up, it was the worst thing ever. If he messed up, it was everyone else. And you can't have fun unless you're winning. All that bullshit that just stresses you out. We literally just told him, hey, man, we don't want to play unless you want to have fun. If the only thing you want to do is win, you need to find a group of competitive players. Like, surely you can, you know what you got to do? You got to feed his ego a little bit. You got to go, hey, man, you're so good at this game. I think you could go pro, and we're holding you back because we don't want to win as much as you. So you need to go out there and find your people. I don't know, man. You just got to be honest and say, dude, love ya, but I hate playing with you because it sucks. If you can only have fun when you want to win, I got a job. I play to have fun and de-stress. I'm not going to go pro. Winning's nice, but I'm here to have fun. The most fun I've ever had on video games is when we have lost in a spectacular way, or something stupid has happened, or a friend made a dumb mistake and we just dunked on him for it and we're all laughing about it. Dunking on him because it's funny, not because we're upset that he's cost us the game. Like, you're playing a fucking comic book game, dude. Relax. You got to I honestly, this is up to you, man. You got to tell him. You got to say, me and all my friends have been talking. We don't enjoy the way that you, because it's not even about the game. Like, if he was doing this to you in real life, you would be like, hey, man, you're being really rude. Like, the reason he's doing this is because you're separated by a screen. You got to say, it's not even about the game. You got to say, hey, man, when we play this game with you, you're really rude to us and mean, and we don't like it. So we're not going to play with you if you talk to us like that.
Send this to him.
Yeah, send this to him. All right.
I think we have to.
We got a wrap? All right. I'll save this email for next episode. Your podcast almost got me fired from work and ruined my friendships.
Oh.
And it's a hefty one. So we'll save that for next episode.
Damn.
We've got to continue on Patreon. And I don't want to say too much, but we have a banger video coming that will hopefully be out at next week. We'll see how long it takes us.
But
it's like Keelan literally flew down from Canberra so that we could do this video together in the same room.
We've spent 4 days working non-stop on it.
Yeah.
It's not even half done.
Yes, and we're able to do that because of Patreon. So if you would like to support not only this show, but like the really big videos that Keelan and I love to make, jump over on Patreon. All of the annual members, your rewards are being sent out. We've got them. They're so cool. And I cannot wait to see you guys with your pins. And we've got a Discord server and a giant backlog of Patreon podcasts that come out every single week. So if you want to support the show and hang out with a cool community of people, check out the Patreon. All right, I'm Lewis Spears, lewispears.com. Come see me live. And I hope you have a shit one. Bye.